Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. I have another comparison video between a bronzer that you guys already know I love on my channel, and it's the Fenty Beauty Coconutty Bronzer. But even with that, I wanted to try the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzer because I have been hearing so many good things about this. So I want to go ahead and test it out, but also compare it to the Fenty one because this is my current favorite bronzer. This is the only one that I use all the time. So if this one is better, you guys, then at this point, I don't know. So if you guys are excited to see my thoughts on this, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into the video. Okay, so first things first, I do have foundation, concealer, and under eye powder already because I just want to go ahead and just focus on the bronzer today. But before I do jump right into applying the bronzers on my skin, I do want to see, the price differences, the amount of product you do get, and all of that. So I have it on my phone, and let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys. So starting with the Fenty Beauty bronzer right here, you guys, let me go ahead and get the Charlotte one out the packaging first so y'all can see what they look like side by side. Okay, so I finally got it out the packaging, and this is what it looks side by side to the Fenty. I love the fact that they're both gold and reflective, so it's very nice just comparing them next to each other. But now let's go ahead and move on to the prices. So starting with the Fenty one, all right, this is $30 and you get about 6.23 grams of product in here. And I will open it up for you guys because mine is completely beat up. I'm telling y'all, I use this every single day. So this is what it looks like in the inside. Now moving on to the Charlotte one, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I saw the price, I was like, ooh, like $55 for a bronzer. Okay, Charlotte. So after doing a little bit more research, I saw that it comes with 16 grams, y'all. 16 grams of product. All right. So comparing the two, I will say you get a lot more with the Charlotte one because you get about 6.2 grams of product with Fenty. If you double that, that's $60. And then half of that, you will probably pay about $65 for this if you were to get the same amount of the Charlotte one, if that makes sense. But this by itself is $55. So you are saving a little bit of money getting this one right here. But at the same time, it's still pricey, you guys, but that's just what it is. So let me open the Charlotte bronzer and see what it looks like on the inside. You guys, this is so beautiful. Like, this is what it looks like, and I got the shade tan. And to be honest, when I was looking at Sephora online, I didn't think tan would be one of the options I would pick up because I believe she only has about 4 bronzers. So there's one more after this, which is super deep. That one just looked a little bit too red for my skin tone, whereas with tan in person, you guys, I'm really shocked because it doesn't look as light as I thought it would. All right, and I'll get the Fenty one so y'all can see up close what they look like side by side. And this is what they look like side by side. Very similar, you guys. I'm just completely shocked. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is apply the Fenty bronzer on my right side, which is you guys left, and then apply the Charlotte one on my left side, which is y'all's right. Okay, so we can go ahead and compare the two. So when it comes to my bronzer, I always use the e.l.f. complexion brush because it just applies it really nicely on the skin, and then plus it's super affordable. So I love the fact that you're not breaking the bank for a brush. So taking some of the Fenty bronzer onto the brush, I'm just gonna really warm my skin up. And with this, you guys know the reason why I love this bronzer so much is because one, it doesn't have too much like red undertones to it. It's a very nice blend of like a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, but it's still very neutral on the skin, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. And just touching on the shade range for both of these, Fenty has about 8, all right, where Charlotte has about 4. So I feel like with Charlotte, you can definitely go in and get, more shades in there because 4 is just not, enough for every skin tone out there. So here's a Fenty bronzer on my skin. Absolutely beautiful. Love the way it looks every single time. I have no complaints at all. Now moving on to the Charlotte one, before I do apply it on my skin, I do want to read the claims on here. So it says on the back of the box, it's the most gorgeous sun-kissed bronze skin bronzer. All you have to do is buff this onto your skin and blend with the airbrush for a natural looking sun-kissed finish. And that is all it says on here. So like I mentioned before, I got the shade tan. And I'm super excited with this because after reading all the comments, a lot of people mentioned that it literally just melts into your skin. Like, you don't have to sit there and like really like buff it in. It just blends right in right away. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this. Actually, you know what? I should probably use another brush. So I was trying to look for my color switcher, but I couldn't find it. So I'm just going to use a paper towel, y'all. Like, don't judge me, all right? So I'm going to try to get out most of the color. Okay, so finally time for the bronzer. Let me go ahead and show you guys one more time what it looks like right there. I'm going to take some of this onto my brush. And I do notice with this bronzer, you do get a little bit of kickback. So be mindful of that. And it just makes me feel like with this, you know, bronzer that's a little bit finely milled and a little bit softer, because with the Fenty one, I can keep going in and I get no kickback at all. So I feel like this one's a little bit softer. Now taking this onto the skin. Let's see what it looks like. So actually I went ahead and closed my window next to me because I feel like you couldn't really see the bronzer on my skin. But now that the window is closed, y'all can see the color a lot better. And I will say with this, it blends really nice, you guys, like onto the skin. Like, it's kind of funny because I keep applying it thinking like, you know, is it showing up? But it's a very natural bronzer. Like compared to the Fenty one, I'm gonna wait to put it all over my skin first. But my first, you know, reaction to it, I feel like it's very, very natural on the skin. Like it's not too red. Y'all, like I can't stop staring at this side. Like there's just something about it, you know, like I cannot explain it. This side of course looks very beautiful, but it pulls very red, you know, on the skin, which I didn't realize till I applied the Charlotte one, because the Charlotte one is more orangey and bronzy on my skin, like a natural just bronze on the skin basically. So I don't know, you guys, I don't know, y'all know I love my Fenty, but this one is really beautiful. All right, y'all, so this is what the bronzers look like on my skin. Let me know your thoughts. Honestly, side by side, I think they both look beautiful, to be honest. I think they look very nice on the skin. I can't say like, you know, one is better than the other, because right now the only thing I can notice from each of them is just the color. But besides that, I love both the formulas, but I do realize with the Fenty one, I kind of have to, you know, go in a little bit harder when I go into the pan, because if I want to pick up a lot of color, I have to use my brush and really dig in there. Whereas with the Charlotte one, like literally a little swipe here and there, put it on my skin and I'm good to go. So I feel like with this one, it will last a lot longer. But then again, it does have that kickback. So it makes me feel like, you know, it's a little bit softer and probably will run out faster. I don't know, we'll see. But so far, I will say both of them are really good on the skin. But let me go ahead and finish up the rest of my face and I'll tell you guys my final thoughts on both bronzers. All right, so I'm back, you guys, and I know someone's gonna ask me in the comments what lip gloss I have on. It's something I'm currently working on, so I hope we can release it this year. If not, maybe early next year. But if you wanna see, you know, the updates and sneak peeks, make sure you go ahead and follow Beauty by Chi for all of that. Now, with that being said, coming to these bronzers, you guys, honestly, either one you do get, you know, honestly, they're both really, really good. I can't say, you know, one is better than the other, but I will say they do have their differences in terms of with the Fenty one, I feel like you do have to kind of swirl a little bit harder in your pan to get any product. But once it's on the skin, it looks really good and it doesn't have any kickback as well. And also, like I mentioned, when it comes to the amount you get and the price difference, I feel like you do get more with the Charlotte one than the Fenty one. So keep that in mind. Now, moving on to the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, I will say with this, I love the fact that it's a big pan. It makes it really fun to just open up and just like apply the bronzer. I don't know what it is, but I love this big pan, so shout out to her for that. And also the packaging, of course, is really cute. But even though the price at first was kind of scary at $55, after comparing how much product you're getting, I do say it's worth it. And I love the fact that it's super soft on the skin. You don't have to sit there and really scrub to get any product. And then once you put it on your skin, it literally melts right in. So with that being said, I told you guys I can't say which one is my favorite because I love both of them. But for now, of course, I'm going to be using the Charlotte one just because it's new. And of course, I do want to get my money's worth with that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know your thoughts down below. But like always, I love you guys. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.